getting back to this defense, obviously it was historic last year. They had one letdown against Alabama. They got things fixed, but when you look at the broad picture, especially with the way teams are throwing the ball and scoring and putting up yardage, it was just phenomenal what they did last year. Of course, they lose the 5 first rounders and then the other players to the NFL draft, and people were wondering, okay, what's this going to look like this year? There didn't appear to be much of a drop off, especially considering Oregon and Tennessee are 2 of the top 5 to 10 offenses in college football, and they took care of them with no issue. The LSU, sure, there was the situation with yardage and points in the second half, but that got dismissed because of the game situation being out of hand. Ohio State was really the first one that, with the game on the line, showed that they could damage this defense. So where do you think all of that, how do you weigh all of that when you put it all together, last year's defense versus this year's defense? And I still think it's probably the best defense in the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of all relative. What the defense did last year was, I mean, the players I had last year was, it just kind of speaks for itself a little bit. This year's defense, you've got younger players, guys playing for the first time, whereas last year you had a lot of veteran players, on that team. It played a lot of football on the defensive side. But I still think Georgia's defense is one of the best in the country. I think teams as seasons go along has maybe picked out a few things that they've been able to take advantage of as far as what Georgia normally does. They've been playing, I won't say they haven't been playing vanilla or anything of that nature, but other teams have been able to pick out a few things where they've been able to be successful. And people have been going at Keely Ringo a little bit. He's made some mistakes, had some pass interference calls, and guys have stretches they go through sometimes. I think maybe that's kind of what's going on with him just a little bit. But overall, I still think Georgia has one of the better defenses in the country, and they just run across some very good offenses too. You got to give those guys credit from time to time as well.